This is it. The moment we've all been waiting for, the Scorpion Guide. Let's get into it. So with Scorpion, I decided to pair him with Cyrax. I think as of right now, this is his best option. We're going to go over his buttons, combos, gameplay strategy, as well as some setups with the Cyrax bomb in the corner. We're going to start with his buttons. So down 3 is an amazing poke. This thing, it reaches really far. It's pretty ridiculous. His stand 2 is also very good. It's a great whiff punisher. His walk speed is very good, so you're able to move in and out of ranges and oftentimes get a punish with 2-1. 2-1 is going to be the string that you're going to use mostly to cancel in the spear. So you can hit confirm it. You can visually see the 2-1 hits and use your spear, and you're good to go. His forward 3-2 is a launcher. The second hit is a high, so people can crouch it. The first hit is mid, which is really good, so they'll have to block and then crouch. So the fact that the second hit is a high, it is risky to throw out there on block because people can punish you big time. Like I'm talking full combo damage, but there's ways to cover this, and we're going to talk about that right now. So down back 2, this is his like spinning blade John. I don't even know what you want to call it. And forward 3 into that, and then utilizing Cyrax pushes him out, and you're able to be in a situation where you're completely safe. So when someone tries to neutral crouch, they're going to get hit by this, right? You can't neutral crouch that. It's all mids. So if the 3 comes out and they go to crouch or down 1, the down back 2 is going to hit them. So there are ways to cover that to keep your opponent honest. And I want to make sure that you guys know that going in. So you don't always want to go with this, but once you establish this, you're going to be able to do that. This also works off of pokes, right? I like it best off of down 3. So I'll go down 3 into this and then push him out. Now, notice all of the chip damage that that does up in the top right at Reptile. I didn't even hit him. That's all the chip damage that it does. You can flawless block one of the hits, and it does negate the chip damage, but it's always safe. You can't flawless block and punish it. It's always safe, and it's something that your opponent always has to account for. Now, once you do that a few times, they're going to be afraid to hit buttons, especially if you use the down 3 from range, because most down 1s aren't going to be able to hit that. And they're going to try to down 1, and then this thing's going to clip them. If you do it up close like that, they can down 1, but you'll trade. So if they do get it at the perfect timing, you won't get beat. You're going to trade with them. So your swing will hit them, they'll trade, and that's okay. Right? But what that does is it forces the opponent to think twice about poking back. And that's a big portion of Scorpion's game, is trying to ensure that you get your opponent thinking about when they're going to poke, when they're going to crouch the high off a forward 3-2, and playing really solid, really good neutral. And that's how you play Scorpion with this cameo in this game. His teleport is really good also. It works in a way that is interesting, different than any other game. When you enhance or meter burn, he can actually drop in with an attack. So the reason why that's so good is that any jump kick leads to spear, right? So anytime you land a jump kick, you can spear. Here, spear. You can always confirm it. Look, watch. Here, spear. Every single time. It doesn't really matter the height or anything. Anytime a jump kick lands, spear. You get a full combo every time you land a jump kick. That's really good. We will get to combos in a minute. His back 3, it's good. It's really long as far as the range, but it's also really long as far as the recovery. It's a situation where if you do this in the wrong moment, you're going to get punished. And the recovery is really long. Even if you do it from like this range here and the opponent blocks it, they can just dash up and punish you from like this range. Same thing with your Hellfire. It's a low. I like to use it for meaties. So if I were to do something like this, and I meaty them with that, right? So in instances where I know that it's going to hit meaty and there's a far enough distance to where if they block it, they can't punish me, that's when I use it. I also like to use it in zoning wars. So notice that the opponent, there's a lot of advantage on it. So I'm like hit advantage 13, right? So if in a zoning war, let's say like I'm playing Liu Kang, and he throws a projectile, I do this and I catch him, boom, I get hit with the projectile, I can typically get another one of these out and punish him when he goes to throw another projectile, because it has so much advantage to it, which is really good. So it works okay in zoning wars. I don't like to throw it out in the middle of the match because the recovery is so long. If somebody jumps this, I'm dead. Like, you are completely finished. I've lost matches just throwing this out there like an idiot. So don't do that, but use it in a way that's smart. Use it for meaties, use it for projectile wars. Those are the two main ways that I've seen this utilized. So we have Reptile here. He's just holding up, right? So when you meter burn the Hellfire, it is unblockable. And notice that even if he's holding up off of the down back 4, you're still able to get that. Now what we're going to do also, we're going to set his delay, just so I can show you here. Now we have his delay, his wake up set to delay, and notice that it still hits even when he's on the ground. So it doesn't even matter. So like if someone delays their wake up, it doesn't matter. It's still going to hit them. You're still going to get that win, especially for closing out matches. It's guaranteed damage, and that's really good. The dot damage on it isn't very good, though, so it doesn't take off a lot of dot, but it is like a nice, good chunk of health that does come off that is unblockable when they're on the ground after down back 2. Really good. So let's take a look at his back 2, and this is a really good anti-air. The reason why it's so good is because it lowers his hurt box, so notice the Scorpion crouches down, and the spear goes way above his head. You can do this pretty late and be successful with it. It also cancels, so it's a cancelable normal. You can cancel right into teleport and get a full combo off of every single anti-air. And let's check it out. There we go. And the combo that I use for that is after the teleport, 1-2 to juggle, spear, 3-3, down back 2. Remember, after the down back 2, meaty. You can meaty there. All right, now certain characters, they have armor and stuff that goes forward, like Raiden and stuff, so you do have to keep that matchup specific, but a lot of times that meaty is going to be great for that. So a cool thing about the spear, when you meter burn it, it does become a mid, so you can't crouch it, and it comes out pretty fast. The recovery and the amount that it's negative on block is substantial, but it does lead to a huge combo, right? It's not like a normal projectile, so I can take that, you know what I mean? In the air, the down back 2 is for close range, and back forward 2 is for far range. So if you were to do something like this, down back 2 is going to be working here. Versus if I like meter burn, and I jump kick, back forward 2 is going to reach there. Right, so you have to know your combos and where the character is going to be, and which one of these like air snags to use, the far or the close. So the last special move I'm going to talk about is the back forward 2, and it side switches. It's very quick advancing. It can punish certain things from range that oftentimes go unpunished, which is really good. It's not a huge amount of damage. It also has armor on it, so you can wake up with it. So that's Scorpion's wake up, is the meter burn back forward 2. When it comes to like combos and stuff, I never end combos with it. You can, and it puts you at a side switch at range, but in most cases, I'm going to go 3-3 into teleport, and I have the opponent close to me. I think that's a range that works better for Scorpion in most matchups. Maybe there's a matchup where you want to be about here, but in most cases, you know, I like to be here, right? That's where I want to be. Sometimes here, moving in and out of range, but most cases here. So the teleport works better for me, but do what's best for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some combos. Ending air combos and down back 2 keeps the opponent close. In this combo, we're going to meter burn the down back 2. Get that quick dash in, 1 in the spear. You want to also hit that 2 on the way down, kind of late. This one's just a straight juggle from about mid-screen right into the corner. That's the only way that works. You have to have that corner to their back. Here is a side switch, so we're able to get a side switch here. 3-3 in the teleport, and we are +9. Able to get forward 3 in, get a grab, things going. And the last 2 combos here, we have our 2-1 starters confirming into spear. On the last one, we end in spear, and this combo can travel from mid-screen to the corner, and it puts us in a great situation for bomb setups and really getting some things rolling. So, using spear to end a combo is massively advantaged to you. So you're plus 75. You can see that in the bottom left corner. And we're going to use this for bomb setups in the corner. And this stuff is pretty bonkers. Let's go. So say you have your opponent in the corner, you got a combo going. And back 2, spear. 3-3, spear. Right, and now we are plus 75. Alright, and that's the advantage that we need. When we do that, we're going to immediately hit right in Kameo, and we're going to hold Kameo and get the Cyrax bomb set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the throw to get a launch. Alright, and they're going to get launched. You can't block it because they're in that recovery state off of that like push grab. Right, so they're going to get launched, and then we're going to go in with a combo. And this is what the whole sequence looks like. So just to set this up real quick here, right, when you're in this spot, they might wake up. But just be aware of that they can wake up with Cyrax out there. So just something to keep in mind. You might want to bait the wake up, play the matchup, you know, play it how you think it's going to go. If you can get the grab right off the gates, you know, go for it. If not, block, punish. You got to make adjustments, right? I'm just here to give you the tidbits to allow you to do that. So the last thing we're going to do here is take a look at some gameplay of me using Scorpion. So we're implementing all this stuff into the game plan. I get snuck by the flying kick, but you can see poke into the down back 2, and then we get the meaty spear coming right out. So notice when I end this, he stays close, go right back into forward 3. If he hits a button or anything, the timing is perfect. Again, poke into the down back 2, and then we're getting things rolling. Cyrax keeping me safe. Look at all that chip damage just eating up. You'll see also later, he is a really good player. He knows how to flawless block that. He just must have missed it those 2 times, but he does do it. And it does negate the chip. So it is something to keep in mind. I freeze up a couple of times on these jump-ins. I should have back 2'd them, but I do wind up getting some at the end. Nice little conversion here off of the throw he's got going. Again, we're staying safe. Just playing patient. You gotta play patient. I'm fishing with that stand 2, and then we're going in. I thought I confirmed that, but I don't know. I must have messed up. No, he stuffed me out with that back 2. Here he goes. There we go. You see, he flawless blocked it, and then negates most of that chip. He let go of block 2 early. He then hit the gap in the back, or with his back forward 4. And you can see coming up, I believe, is this, not yet. I do wind up poking him, like I told you about in the video, like down 3, backdash, and then punish his buttons. And again, freeze up on the jump in. He played really well this round, and I played pretty poorly. So we gotta turn things around here. So poke into down back 2. Cyrax is coming out. So here we go. Poke, backdash, punishes buttons. Right? So that's what the stand 2 is really good for. Get that long range poke, backdash, punish buttons, going right into forward 3 on that knockdown. You go right into forward 3, you can throw. You can get a lot of things going there. The knockdown and the way that they wake up is very quick. We get the anti-air with the back 2, and we're friggin' cooking right now. Meaties. Let's go. Right, so that's how the character works in a nutshell. Hopefully that was helpful. If it was, be sure to click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get updated whenever I post new content. As always, it's Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in and continue to game strong.